Yo, what up? We back for another edition of CT's RPT, Real Prison Talk with Wes. And you know what's crazy? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling her how I went to prison and I started working out. I took a couple semesters of college. I was telling her how I took courses in psychology, biology, economics, macro and micro, like plus a gang of other shit that I did. And I'm bragging and boasting. And she said some funny shit like, she was like, Wes, you know you ain't have to go to prison to do any of that shit, right? And that shit, that attitude and that quote, that statement that she said, that shit was almost a deal and damn near turned into an argument. Because she looking at it on some, why would anybody glorify prison? And I'm definitely not glorifying prison, but more or less, I'm basically just glorifying myself. And the fact that I was the type of nigga that took the initiative to make my time work for me. Because in that same building, you had guys that wasn't doing shit. I lived with a lifer who had basically given up on everything. And motherfucker ain't had no ambition, no aspirations, no goals, no motivation, no nothing. He basically felt like, why the hell do I need to go to school for? I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. And I used to tell him all the time that you still gotta live, bro. You still gotta keep on living. Ain't nothing wrong with educating your mind and furthering your knowledge on anything. Cause that's the one thing they can't take from you. And that goes for the people that's out there that feel like, why would anybody want to hear this nigga West talk about this prison shit? Or why would anyone want to subscribe to a show about prison? And I'm gonna tell you why. For the same reason that a few years ago I wrote a book called How to Survive Prison. And I was in prison at the time, and I was talking to one of my homies about the book. And he was like, yo, Wes, why would anybody want to read a book about surviving prison? If anything, dudes don't want to hear about living in prison. Dudes is trying to stay out of prison. Which is true. And I ain't gonna hold you. At the time, when he said what he said, that almost deterred me from finishing the book. But then I thought about it and I was like, it's millions of people all over the world that's going through this shit that I'm talking about in this book. And it's millions of people all over the world that if they ain't going through it, they either got a family member or they know somebody that's going through it. So why not come up with something that's relatable on multiple different levels and could maybe even educate somebody that knows somebody coming in or that's maybe coming to prison themselves. I know that everybody that goes to prison or even everybody that knows somebody that's in prison is not familiar with the prison creed. And like I said yesterday on yesterday's show when I said that I met the homie Brian and who I worked with at my job, and he told me a lot of encouraging things. And one of the things that stuck out to me was how he was telling me about the different demographics of people that may be interested to hear the shit that I'm exposing. Because you might have the kid that looks at prison like some sort of badge of honor because all the people that he might look up to probably been there, and all he see from the outside looking in is his uncles, his dad, whatever family members or whatever big homies go in and probably come out all buff, and these dudes ain't gonna give him what he need. They might say that, yeah, jail is bad, but they ain't gonna give him what he need. The majority of these dudes don't want to seem soft, to keep it a buck. So they ain't gonna tell him how lonely they were and how they was begging their girlfriend not to leave them, or how easy it is for dudes to get stabbed up. None of that shit like that. But when Shorty come here, he gonna get that raw. He gonna get that story about how dudes be yelling on the phone and slamming it down because they girls, baby mamas, or wives or whatever is leaving them. He gonna get that story about that quiet dude that used to come out and just read his book until the diesel dude got it fucked up and that quiet dude had to fill his ass up with some hoes. Shout out to my nigga Los too, matter of fact, because just thinking of that story remind me of my little man Los. Call him a little man because he a little dude, nigga my age though. But Los from New Haven up in MacDougal. I left him in MacDougal. And the kid Los got over 90 years. Quiet Spanish nigga. Good, cool nigga, you know what I mean? And I remember him telling me his last 3 bodies he caught in prison since he been down. And I remember him telling me about the last one, the last dude he killed, he said was big black dude. And Los a little scrawny Spanish nigga. He said big black dude was trying to extort him. And he ain't want to kill a nigga, so he tried to take the proper measures and told the CO, like, yo, move me out of this pod, yo. And I guess they kind of like took his request lightly. It was like, yeah, all right, we got you, whatever. And the dude just kept on, the big black dude just kept on fucking with him until Los felt like enough was enough. And he waited till that nigga went to sleep. And he said he crept up on him, stabbed him in his neck, hit him in his neck twice. He said dude didn't even put up a fight. He said all he heard that nigga do was go, ugh. He knew that nigga was dead. And like I said, Los a little nigga. And Los the only nigga I know that has been home, like, on some accident shit. He the only nigga I know that ever get sent home by accident. I know Los been down about 27 years. Him and shout out to my man Swole Up from Hartford. Los from New Haven. Swole Up from Hartford. Swole Up, another dude, got like 90 years. But Swole Up wasn't lucky enough to get sent home like Los was. And I know Los been down 27 years old, and we in a day room one day, and this nigga told me he got a 14-year-old kid. I'm looking at him like, how the fuck is that? Nigga like, yo, they fucked up, Wes. Niggas came, woke him up one morning, told him, pack your shit, you moving. They told him, pack your shit, you going. He thinking they moving him because they constantly moving. He don't stab up so many motherfuckers that he got profiles. When you get into a situation with somebody, they put a profile between you and that dude, and y'all can't be in the same jail anymore. So if for whatever reason that dude got a profile with other level 4s, as other dudes in every other level 4, and there's nowhere else to put him, they got to put him in, let's say, MacDougal, where Los might be, and they got to move Los. So he has so many profiles, they come wake him up. Excuse me. They come wake him up at about 3 in the morning when they wake niggas up. And he didn't even think twice. He like, oh, dude, I got a profile. What must be pulling up? Motherfucker get in the AP room. He said the CO asked him like, yo, you need some clothes? He like, clothes? He like, yeah, you got some clothes to wear home? Nigga Los like, he ain't gonna tell on himself. He like, Nah, I need clothes. Yeah, let me get them. He said the motherfuckers gave him clothes and let him out the front door. He was home for about 2 months. He's home for maybe 2 months. I can't remember. He's home for a couple months before they got hip to him and was on to his ass and brought him back. And I remember asking him like, "What you did for those 2 months?" I was a nigga. I was always a curious nigga. I ask questions. I want to know something. I ask questions. And I was cool with like a lot of the lifers. I fuck with them niggas. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, them niggas be regular niggas, just like me, and a lot of regular dudes that's out there. You know what I mean? They don't be serial killer. I don't fuck with rapists and all type of crazy shit like that. I'm talking about regular niggas that killed the dude because he was on the block and he just became a product of his environment. So it's either kill or be killed. So I asked the nigga Los one day, 'cause that's the type of time we was on, what you did when you was home. For them 2 months you was home, what you did? That nigga told me, man, I did everything, Wes. He said, I went to Puerto Rico, because he was a Spanish nigga. He said, I went to Puerto Rico. Um, he went here, he went there. He named a bunch of places he went. He said, I had a kid. And that's why this nigga been in jail 27 years and got a 14-year-old kid. He went home for 2 months and had a kid. So shout out to my nigga Los and McDougal, man. Shout out to my nigga Black and McDougal from New Haven, too. Black man, another good brother, older dude. Always, like, nah, man, always had encouraging shit to say. I definitely need to get him on the show one day. Good dude. But he got a life sentence, you know. Been in jail over damn near 30 years he been in jail already. I want to just pray that them dudes keep their head up, man, and hopefully it's something turn around and things start looking better for dudes like that, you know. And that's why I'm gonna keep doing what I do, you know. If this is the best that I could do to shed some light on them dudes' situation and maybe even wake somebody up and say, yo, that's my cousin in there. That's my brother in there. That's my father in there. Let me reach out to this nigga. I'm satisfied. So on that note, we gonna wrap it up. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And tell your friends about me. Put this on your social media, spread it around, you know what I mean? Spread the word. CT's RPT, Real Prison Talk with Wes. Follow me on Instagram at WES.SMITH.129. Till the next time, peace. About to say some gang shit. Peace.